Hello everyone! I noticed a lot of people are doing little retrospective end of the year thought summaries, so I guess I will do one of those. Then I want to talk about my book a little bit. So this year I got my business license, I got my tax license, I opened a business checking account for my business and have been using that money to keep the business going, which is good. I was really hoping I'd break even this year. If I could have gotten the Kickstarter off right before the end of the year, I could have just done it. But that didn't work out. I think trying to time it right before Christmas was just not good timing. And that's okay. You live and you learn. Here is my proof copy of the book. So as you can see, it has a few issues here. Just in some of the technical stuff. Then some of these images came out a little darker and redder, sort of more orangey red than I would have preferred. So today I went back to ENS Graphics. They're the ones that did most of the scans. My scanner works for some of my images. A lot of my images I've scanned myself, especially in the past, but I started working a little bigger with this book, so some of these were just too big for my scanner. But they were great, the people over there at ENS Graphics, and so they gave me some printouts of their new scans, and they scanned them in at 600 dpi instead of 300. Not all of them, but some of the ones that I was really having some issues with. And I think the color is going to be a lot better. So I'm going to get this book all fixed up. It's going to be beautiful and perfect, and they are actually also giving me a quote on printing the books, because although they don't do the perfect binding, that's this kind of binding there at their shop, they said they have a place in Grand Rapids where they send it, and they said the shipping isn't too bad, and they think they can be competitive with my other quote that I got from the place in Lansing, so we will see. I'm hoping to also get more copies of The Last Baby Penguin printed at the same time, but I just have to see. I really need to make sure that it's a realistic goal when I run my next Kickstarter, when I relaunch the Kickstarter for this book, A Friend for Amber, which might include some money to get more copies of The Lost Baby Penguin. This book I'm almost out of. It's been very popular. Oh, I forgot to mention, the other thing I did this past year was I had 3 gallery shows. So there was the Art Walk, where I had my Ukraine series at the University Art Gallery in Mount Pleasant, at the school. As part of Art Walk, I had a solo show with The Lost Baby Penguin that was in Art Reach in downtown Mount Pleasant on Broadway. And I was in Art Prize again, where I had my Cityscape series at Monroe Community Church in Grand Rapids. I need to remember that I did accomplish a lot. You can't do everything, and when you are starting a small business, you can't expect to immediately make a profit or maybe even immediately break even. But I think I did pretty well, all things considered, and I'll learn from my experiences and try to do better next year. I won't have to buy a laptop. I need to do a better job with my framing costs. Art to Frames is a great place to buy frames from. I do the framing myself using the black foam core for matting, and doing the floated mats I think is definitely the way to go. Also, if I use more standard size frames and do the floated mats, I can potentially reuse the frames, and then I don't have to spend so much on framing, especially when the paintings aren't selling, which is super frustrating. But I have noticed I've been getting a lot more interest in commissions, so that's good, because art is not the kind of business where people are just like, oh, I need a barber, I'll just look in the yellow pages, or I'll Google it, it's different. You want to feel like you've found an artist that you trust, someone that you really like their style, you feel like their art is going to go well in your house, someone you can trust, I guess, maybe someone you feel like you know. I don't know, I just know art is different, and so it is going to take longer to really build up a good audience, a good customer base of people that really enjoy my art and want to have it in their homes. So anyways, thank you for all the support. I really appreciate it. Have a happy new year, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video.